Hi to everyone. MAM School of Engineering, Department of Mechanical Engineering, online class, subject mechatronics, unit number 4, PLC. So that is programmable logic control. Last class we discussed about basics of PLC and introduction to PLC, then programming of PLC with the ladder diagram. Okay, like that we discussed in the last chapter 1 and 2. Okay, so in this class we are going to discuss about the control process of PLC. That is, we have microprocessor in the PLC. Okay, that is how it is control the all the functional blocks and logical operations like that. How it is controlled like that we are going to discuss in the chapter. Okay, let's see. Physical quantity is sensed in the form of small current or voltage. Example: temperature, pressure, flow, or level. Okay, this electrical signal is amplified to the certain level amplifier. Then amplified analog output is converted into digital form, analog to digital converter. So this digital output is fed to the controller of the system, control the various physical quantities with the help of different devices. So PLC, microcontroller, and DSP, etc. So this is the basic diagram already we discussed in the previous slide. So this is the fully planned condition of PLC programming. That means each process is controlled by the different input and output modules. Okay, so let's start with the unit area. That is the car putting the materials, that is ingredients to the conveyor belt. So when conveyor belt moving, it will go to the hammer mill. Okay, so it will go to the hammer mill. So then it is a connected process. So after hammer mill, it will be reduced to the some small parts. Then it will go to the again ground product bin and divider. Okay, so that means they are using the different two ingredients with the hammer mill. Okay, so that is from a distributor. Okay, like that they define the this process system. So the amplifier values will store, then amps value will store, that is binary value. Then other process of evaluation like that we are discussing placed in this unit. So traditional concept of PLC. So PLC perform relay requirement functions. PLC perform on-off control designed for industrial environment. This general architecture. So this is the operation cycle of PLC. That is housekeeping. That is input scan, program scan, output scan, and housekeeping means that is output will be defined to the application. Signal flow of PLC, that is input device, input module, then processing memory, then ladder program, that is programming unit. Okay, so that will get the input, send the input to the processor and get the output from the processor. That is programming terminal concept. Then we have output modules. PLC hardware types. The most basic PLC system is a self-contained PLC which has two terminal blocks, one for the input and other for the output, called micros. So typically they provide front panel LED indication of input or the output status. So modular chassis models. So modular chassis less PLC systems. So general PLC blocks. So it is working the 220 volt, 50 to 60 hertz. Then personal computer with the connect, we can connect through the RS232. Then AC to DC conversion used in the power supply for CPU operations. In input module, this module acts as interface between the real-time status of process variable and this CPU. So analog input module, typical input to this modules is 420 milliamp, then 0 to 10 volt, 4 to 20 milliamp and 0 to 10 volt. So pressure flow level level RTD thermocouple. So digital input module, the typical input to this modules is 24 volt DC. Okay, so that is example switches, push buttons, relay, pumps, valve, on off status. So power supply is given the voltage required for electronics module. So the power supply provide the isolation necessary to protect the solid state device from most high voltage link spikes. So input output is expanded. Some PLC may require additional power supplies in order to maintain proper power levels. So bus system, it is part for the transmission of signal. So bus system is responsible for the signal exchange between the processor and the input module. The, the system comprise of several single line like wires and tracks. So this is the evaluation of architecture evaluation, programming terminal, PLC and input output. These are the examples. That is Ethernet technology in PLC, that is controller, workstation and switching hub. Wireless communication, that is remote platform, PLC, wireless module, HMI display, PC and PLC. So type of programming method in PLC is ladder logic, functional block, visual basic. Most popular and most commonly used PLC logic is ladder logic. So ladder logic purposely resembles relay logic. In order to control a process, we try to design the logical continuity from input to output program. So logical concepts like that we discussed. Read and write instruction. So this also already we discussed. This is the timer instructions, timer on and timer off, then retentive, timer on delay, then counter up counter, then count down counter, equal, not equal, less than or equal, greater than or equal conditions used in the timers and counters. This is the one functional block. So based on the predefined blocks of various function, if 4 and the input and 5 have the power, then energize the output 0. So advantage of PLC, ease of programming and easy to maintenance, designed for industrial environment, suitable for extreme environmental conditions, quick installations, adaptable to change. This is the industrial applications, conveyors, curtain rods, detonate, deodorants, donuts, duplex receptacles, fibers, filters, forged pots, glass, soda, staples, nails, water heaters, planting, plastics, planting machines, then power generation and power supplies they are used. So this is a control process of PLC. That means each process is controlled by the different functional blocks. Okay, I hope that you all know about the control process of PLC with a example. Okay, thank you. We will see in the next class.